Going live. You're live. Okay, we're live. All right. Let's hope someone joins soon. But welcome to my live stream. There's one person watching. Is that me? I don't know. If it is. Okay. This is my first time doing a live stream on my channel and cooking something with all of you. We're going to make spaghetti alla Carbonara. This is Beril.
Hi.
My housemate. She also has a YouTube channel, so check her out. I'll link it below. But we are making spaghetti alla Carbonara. First, we're going to open some wine. We're also going to answer your questions. So if you have any questions, there is a live chat here, so we'll be reading whatever you guys ask and answering. Yeah, I don't know what else.
Yeah.
Let's just get started. Okay.
Let's open the buonanotte.
Yeah. So this is my favorite wine, our favorite wine.
Yeah.
One of our favorites. And we call it the buonanotte wine, which means good night in Italian, just because there's stars and a moon on there. Can you see?
No.
There. But it's called Notte Rossa, which means red night, I guess. So let's do it. Do you want to do it?
Should I?
I'll
Go for it.
I'll show my skills.
Yeah.
After being a waitress.
And fails.
Okay.
I'll show my skills of drinking.
Yeah, exactly. I'll open. Okay. So whoever's here, tell me where you're watching from. I see there are 3 people, but I can't see who it is, so I'm curious. It is 7 p.m. here in Italy.
Oh yeah. What time is it in US? I'm gonna ask, but it's just a stupid question because we're in US.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Got the wine open. Oppa.
Oppa.
Okay. Well, you first.
Excuse me. Thank you.
Yeah. I haven't had this wine in a while. Like a week.
Exactly. Like a week, you mean?
Okay. Cheers. And cheers if any of you are drinking with us. Refreshing.
Tastes like buonanotte.
Yeah. I can't see if anyone's chatting. Maybe not.
It's something must be broken.
Yeah. Okay. Well, in the meantime, we'll start getting the recipe ready.
Yeah.
I guess we can turn the water on.
Explain me.
So,
I never did it.
this is like the Italian way to make carbonara, which means we don't use cream. And in America, a lot of people add cream to their carbonara, but the correct way is without cream. So, and this recipe is also special because you do something a little different with the pasta noodles that adds some extra flavor. So it's extra rich, I guess, tasty, flavorful, and it's really simple too. So first you start by boiling your water. I'll link everything down in the description too, like ingredients and stuff, if any of you want to make this later, but I'm just going to make it for you live and hopefully not mess it up. Okay. Now, I can't talk.
We have a message.
Hi, the Pie family. I teach you guys Italian. I'm glad you're joining in. Okay. So first we need half a tablespoon of ground black pepper. So I just have this black pepper here. If you have it freshly ground, it's better. So we'll just kind of guesstimate. These are I'll tell you guys specific measurements, but I guess. And so we're gonna grind it and then add it to our pan. We have a pan on medium heat. So I guess, I don't know. Do you guys want
just grounding pepper.
It's nothing special. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Someone said, love your serendipity song and have worked the piano part to go along with it.
Oh my God.
Hello from Texas. Hi.
Hi, thank you. I'd love to hear that piano. If you want to email it to me, that'd be amazing. I actually don't have a piano here in Italy, so I write with my guitar, but I would love to hear that on piano.
That is so sweet.
Yeah. Okay.
What else? of the grounding peppers?
Oh yeah, you can start shredding the cheese. So we have, I guess I'll tell you guys all the ingredients first. So we have the ground black pepper, and then 200 grams of spaghetti. I have gluten-free spaghetti because I am gluten-free. And then I have 2 packs of guanciale, which is pork cheek. And it might be a little harder to find this in the US, but you can just use bacon. So yeah, this is 240 grams total. And then we're gonna use 4 egg yolks and some pecorino romano, which is pecorino cheese. If you can't find it, romano, that's fine. But that is the traditional way to make it. So I just got this chunk of it at my local grocery store. And you shred about 100 grams of this, so like a cup, more or less.
Should I do it?
Yes. So here's our grater. You can just do it on this side.
Okay.
Like medium-sized shreds. And I'll finish the pepper. I think that's it for the ingredients. Cheese, egg. Let me be sure. Yeah, that's it. So it's very simple. What else are people saying?
Oh.
Do you ever make your pasta from scratch? I don't, because I'm gluten-free and it's really difficult to make pasta from scratch.
Yeah. Also, I don't have that much of patience.
Yeah, I have made it from scratch. I actually minored in cooking at my university in Florence, so we had to make a lot of pasta from scratch, ravioli, especially. So I have done it. I just don't really do it on my own much. Oh, ciao from NYC. Hi, that's my brother.
Oh, hi.
Okay. Okay, that looks good. So this is how much pepper I'm using. All right. Okay.
Is this enough? Or do you need more?
That looks good. Yeah. So this is, I mean, we can always do more later.
Mm-hmm.
This is how much cheese we have. It's hard with, okay, there. And then, so we'll start by toasting our black pepper. So I have my pan on medium heat over there. And I'm gonna just put the pepper in it for about a minute or a little less, like 45 to 60 seconds. And until it starts to kind of stick to the pan a little. And then I'll remove it and then save it for later. But that's how you start. And then I'll be cooking the guanciale after. So let's light the stove. We have an old-fashioned stove here. You have to light it manually. Okay.
So a couple of people are saying, why gluten-free? Is it a diet or is it a...
So I used to just have issues with my stomach and in high school especially, and I never really knew why. And so a doctor recommended trying gluten-free. And I did. I never was tested or anything, but I immediately felt better. So I've just always eaten gluten-free since then. But it's actually very easy to find things gluten-free in Italy. And this is my favorite gluten-free pasta. And there's also this bread. This is my favorite gluten-free bread here. Nutri-Free is the brand. So yeah, I haven't had too much trouble, surprisingly. And a lot of pizzerias do gluten-free pizza. So yeah, I mean, it works. Surprisingly, people are always like, how do you survive in Italy without gluten? But yeah, it's possible. Look at me, I'm thriving. Okay. Child from Wisconsin. I went to an American university in Florence. Someone asked where I went to school, which school I went to in Florence. It's called Lorenzo de' Medici. And it's the branch campus of Marist College in Poughkeepsie, New York. So I did my full bachelor's degree in Florence, but my degree is from New York, so from Marist. And I majored in Italian language and minored in cooking. Okay. What's the best olive oil you can get there or that you use? Actually, that's a great question. Actually, let me check on my pepper.
You want me to take it off?
Yeah, you can just. Oh no!
Alright.
Okay. Okay, the pepper looks perfect. So yeah, it's like about a minute, give or take. And you can see that it's kind of a little stuck to the pan, and that's when you know it's ready to take it out. Just to get it nice and toasted. Okay. So now, this part we have to be really careful because the guanciale or pork cheek cooks pretty fast, and you don't want to burn it or the recipe is at jeopardy. So this is an important step to pay attention to. So you just pour it directly into the pan. It's still on medium heat, and if there's some pepper left in the pan, that's fine. The guanciale will take on a little bit of that flavor, and it's perfect. Here's the sizzle. Okay.
Okay, do you want me to show the oil? I don't know anything about it, so I didn't.
Oh yeah. I'll just have you watch the guanciale, and I'll show you in a second.
Let's change it.
Okay.
Do you want me to add this portion?
Yeah. And then just kind of stir it, and it'll start to get crispy. And when it's like a golden color, you will take it out. Okay. So when I studied cooking in Florence, they actually taught me how to find a perfect olive oil and what to look for on the bottle to know it's the right olive oil and that it's good quality. And so this is the one I'm using right now. It's actually really nice. You can see it's like a darker color and a little thicker. It's not so thin and transparent. So first you want to make sure it says estratto a freddo, which means cold pressed. Then you want to make sure it says like made in Italy or 100% Italian olives. And then you want, and cold press just means it's like the first press, so it's the most pure olive oil you can get. And yeah, here it says 100% Italiano, 100% Italian. This also says tracciabilità certificata, which means like traceability certificate. So it was, it's been certified, like they've traced the olives from this oil to be sure that they're 100% Italian olives. And you also want to make sure your oil is in a glass bottle, and that's just better for storage. It keeps better in glass. So those are all of the things to look for when you buy your olive oil. I love this one. It's a little more pricey, but I'd rather cook with a nice oil. So this is the one I have. All right. What else are you saying here? Any tips on living in Florence? I would just, what kind of tips? I guess I could say a lot. If you like city life, it's wonderful, but still very charming. It's not too overwhelming. I would definitely say frequent certain shops and bars and coffee places so you can sort of get acquainted and people, make friends with the owners and stuff, so you feel like you have certain places you can go, because it can feel overwhelming when you're in a bigger city. And if you start to stop by places often, you'll slowly make friends there and people will notice you, and you'll feel like you have your people there in the city. Let's see. How is the job market there? From what I'm told, it's not the best. I'm not looking for a job right now, luckily, but a lot of my friends who are say it's very difficult, given especially the current situation in the world. But unfortunately, it isn't too easy to find a job here. My school is in the Santa Croce neighborhood. Nice. I actually lived right near Santa Croce for a semester. It's a beautiful area. Okay, how's our guanciale? Nice. So yeah, it's getting it was like a very pink color, and now it's getting lighter, but we want a little bit more of a golden color, and we'll know it's ready. Hi, Dana. So Dana asked what my favorite drink is to order at the bar. I actually love the Aperol Spritz, which is the orange drink. And it's kind of bitter, but sweet. And it's kind of an acquired taste. Some people hate it, some people love it. I love it, and that's a drink you'll see a lot in Italy. A lot of people love their Aperol Spritz. And I also enjoy a Negroni, which a lot of Italians will joke and say that's like a man's drink because it's really strong, but I enjoy it, and Beril actually loves it too. So if we feel like a Negroni, we'll get one. But that is a stronger drink for sure, and much more bitter. So someone asked if I go to the tobacco shop for my cell phone. Yes, in Italy, when you want to add credit to your phone, you have to go to the tobacco shop where they sell cigarettes to add money to your cell phone when you run out of like minutes or data. So I do go once a month to add money to my phone. Nice, Aperol Spritz you're enjoying tonight. Yeah, they are really nice. And they're really easy to make. You just need Aperol, Prosecco, and some sparkling water and like an orange slice, and you're good. They're very easy to make at home. What is a mild cheese in Italy that would be similar to American cheddar?
Oh. I'm really bad at names.
Yeah. I mean, and I haven't had cheddar in a while, so I wouldn't be the one to ask. Yeah. But a mild cheese here, I'm not the person to ask either. I have my few favorite cheeses I eat, and then I don't really go beyond that. But
meanwhile, I think these are getting ready. What do you think? A little bit more?
Yeah, maybe like another minute.
Okay. Right.
I'll show you guys when the pork cheek is done so you can see kind of the color it should be. And how's our water? Boiling. Okay. So once your water is boiling, you'll add maybe just a couple pinches of salt to it.
Okay, I think it's done.
Okay, yeah, that looks good. You can just turn off. Yeah. And just take it off the heat. So once your pork cheek is done, you just take it off the heat so it doesn't cook anymore. I'm just putting like a spoon and a half of salt in here. So that's my spoonful. And then we'll do 200 grams of spaghetti. So this pack is 400 grams, so I'm just gonna do half of this, which is plenty for 2 people, probably even too much.
Never too.
I'd say it's, yeah, that's true. Depends how hungry you are, but I'd say for 2 to 3 people, it's perfect. Okay. Also, for any Americans who break their spaghetti, never, ever, ever break your spaghetti in Italy. That's like a sin. You just put it in, and then you push it down as it starts to soften. So you'll see it's all kind of sticking out here, but you'll take your wooden spoon and just kind of push it, and it'll all cook at the same time. Because if you break your spaghetti, you cannot twirl your fork around it, and you just ruin the whole spaghetti experience. So never ever do that. Okay. So this spaghetti takes about 10 minutes to cook. It takes a little longer since it's gluten-free. You see the cook time? 11 minutes. So we'll cook it for about 5. We'll cook for about 5 minutes. And then once it's half cooked, we will actually finish cooking it in the fat from the bacon or the pork cheek. So I'm going to put the pork cheek on a plate and just keep the fat in the pan, and then I'll transfer the spaghetti to the pan once it's half cooked. So I'll just use a little slotted spoon to transfer it to the plate. Are people asking anything else?
Well, yeah, somebody asked a question for me.
Oh, yeah.
Am I a native Italian? No, I am not. I'm sorry to disappoint you. I'm Turkish. And that person again was asking, and how does she view Italian clothing brands versus USA? But yeah, I'm not native Italian.
Yeah.
But
I'll have to ask my Italian friends that, and obviously, like, they would have to. I mean, we have H&M here. Is that a American brand?
Oh, I don't know if it's American.
Yeah. I really don't know. I'm really bad with knowing which shops are from where. I thought Zara was an Italian brand until like a year ago. So.
No. But that's the thing again. Like, probably I would say that a couple of, I don't know, years ago in Italy, it was more like a boutique.
So this is
like, sorry, go for it.
Okay. This is how the pork cheek should look. So it's like nice golden brown, but not too brown and not too pink. It's just the perfect color. So that's what you should aim for. And even if it's a little, I mean, we turned it off right before it got this color because it will cook a little more in the oil before you transfer it to the plate. So yeah, this is the color you should aim for though. Sorry, continue.
No, okay. What I was saying that most of the people would say like US brands are more like mass production, but Italian brands are going for more like high quality, not mass production. But I feel like it's changing all over the world anyway. So I don't feel like it's super different. But of course, like if you're talking about classic Italian brands, it's like whole another topic. So
yeah. Okay, sorry. I'm like you answer the questions and I'll do the recipe.
All right.
But no, I'll just tell them the next thing. So I'm gonna drain the spaghetti now. That's about half cooked, and I'm going to drain it into another pot so I can hold on to the starchy water, and you use that to keep cooking the spaghetti because once it absorbs the pork fat, you'll still need to add a little more starchy water to it with a ladle until it's cooked. And so, you need to hold on to that starchy water. Don't put it in the sink. Just drain it into another pan. And just want to mention that. Okay. Let's see.
What else? Somebody asked, what's a good tomato sauce?
Good tomato sauce. Do you have one?
No, like prepared.
Yeah, I guess. Are you asking like for a canned one or pre-made one with like the spices already in it, or I guess?
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so we're gonna wait for that answer, I guess. Let's see. Pre-made.
Okay. So I'm just gonna explain the next step here. So I have my pork fat on the heat on medium. And I'm just going to transfer my half-cooked spaghetti now. And then I'll move my starchy water over to the stove. This is hot. This is perfect. Okay. So this step is what makes that extra flavor, and my friend George actually taught me this when he made carbonara for me, and I love this because it adds such an amazing creaminess to the noodles, to the spaghetti noodles. So this step is really, really important in making a really flavorful carbonara. So once the noodles start to absorb the pork fat, you'll add a ladle of starchy water to it. And you'll just keep doing this until the spaghetti is al dente, and or until it's cooked. Al dente is cooked in Italy. You want it not too soft. You still want a little bite to it. And then you'll take it off the heat before we add in our other ingredients. Because if you keep it on the heat while you're adding in the egg and the pork, then you'll start to make an omelet and it won't be that creaminess that we want. So the next step now is we need to just get 4 egg yolks, and we'll just be using the yolk, no egg white. So if you want to separate these 4 Beril, and I'll wash the spaghetti. So you can just put the yolks here and the whites there.
How many you said?
4. Yeah. Okay. And we're not adding any salt to anything except for the water. We just salted the water before we put the spaghetti in. And that's because the pecorino cheese and the guanciale have plenty of salty flavor to them already. And you don't want the dish to have any other salt besides that. Smells so good.
So about tomato sauce, if you go back.
Oh yeah.
The question.
Oh yeah, let me see if they did they say
Like creamy.
they said look.
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay. Why does she sound like a native Italian?
I don't know. Do I have Italian accent in English?
I don't know. Maybe just she has an accent, so you would. But I would say you can tell her accent is an Italian.
Yeah, I think so too. So. Maybe I'm becoming an Italian in here.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, 4 of them.
Perfect.
All
Okay.
right.
So now I'm just gonna try a noodle. Maybe another minute. Okay. So now we take the 4 egg. I don't want to like. Yeah, you guys know what egg yolks look like. Okay. We're gonna put 4 egg yolks into a bowl, and then you're gonna take half of the cheese that you shredded, so like half a cup of the pecorino, and you're gonna whisk it together with the pork. As Beril will show. Yeah. Until it's nice and creamy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes, pre-made for the pasta sauce. Yeah.
We forgot
Back to that. I don't have any sauce that I keep around, and I can't really think of any brands off the top of my head.
No.
We'll
suck at this. Next time we're gonna bring some pre-made pasta sauce.
Yeah,
and cheese.
Next time our recipe will be spaghetti with pre-made pasta sauce.
But I don't know, like, is a tomato sauce, do they mean like
They said
with basilico or like
Yeah,
ragu,
I mean,
or like
probably just
tomato
like-
based?
just like pomodoro. Like
Okay.
sugo di pomodoro. Yeah. Yeah, I wish I had an answer for
I
you.
think there's Muratti. I don't know if it's a good brand or not. It's
Okay.
what I use normally.
I mean,
It's
also,
just tomato sauce.
Doesn't Beril make sauce?
Yeah, Beril makes sauce, but
Yeah.
it's not.
Okay.
No shades to
Let me
Beril.
check my pasta.
I was reading. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay, that's perfect. So once the spaghetti is done, you take it off the heat. That's the most important step to remember, otherwise the whole dish is ruined. Sorry. So now it's off the heat, and then we have our kind of creamy sauce here. So we're gonna add this to the spaghetti along with the pork, the cooked pork cheek, and mix it all together, and then we'll have our carbonara.
Yeah.
So we'll start with the egg and pecorino mix. So I'll have you scoop it in slowly while I'm mixing. Okay. So just like add it and I'll mix. Just like slowly like scoop it in, yeah. Okay. Okay. And then we'll add the pork.
There's like one of those wine sound.
ASMR. Okay. Now, mix the pork in. Oh shoot. Keep a little bit of the pork. Oops. Don't put all of the pork in because you want to keep a little for the garnish. So, yeah, just a little bit of the crunchy pork. Keep it on the side. And you'll top the dish with that. Okay, that's enough. Okay.
So I can read one question meanwhile. Someone asked, how did either of you adjust from living in larger space to the smaller spaces of Italy, like apartments?
Yeah.
How did it go for you? I mean, for me, I was living in Istanbul and it was in an apartment again.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it wasn't like a big struggle.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I did a year of college in Chicago before I moved to Italy. And so I was living in a really small dorm, like the size of this kitchen, which,
well,
yeah, it was pretty tiny.
Small.
So I was kind of used to the small spaces at that point. And that's what helped me personally.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just excited to be in Italy. I didn't care how small my place was.
Yeah, and then also you think like, oh my god, this is so cute, like small place in Italy.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're starting to think about like
Right,
how everything is like tiny and cute.
Yeah. Okay, so now it's time to plate. So we'll get our bowls and okay, I might have you hold the bowl up here. Now it's gonna be a mukbang.
Exactly.
Okay.
I think that's true.
Okay.
Spaghetti online. I don't know how comfortable with that I am.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do a little more here. Oh, looks pretty good. Okay, that kind of has more spaghetti. So. Okay.
Oh wow, that's.
Okay. I'll just. You don't have to finish it, like we always say. Okay. So you serve the spaghetti, and then you add a little bit of the pork cheek, the crunchy, crispy pork cheek that we saved on the side to garnish. And then a little bit of that toasted black pepper. Let's see, I'll show you what I'm doing. So this is our carbonara. I put the crispy guanciale on top, and now the toasted black pepper, and now a little bit of pecorino, since we saved some of the shredded pecorino cheese. And voila, it's ready. That's what it looks like. Okay.
That looks so yummy.
So now we're gonna sit and answer more questions while we enjoy our carbonara. So what time is it? 7:38. So that took about a half hour for everything. So it's very easy to make, very quick, and very, very good. Okay. So let's.
Do you want me to take this off? That's good.
No,
it's good, yeah.
Yeah.
It was just my height.
Okay. So, cheers.
Cheers. Buon appetito.
Buon appetito, guys. Okay. So now we'll tell you how it tastes.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see it looks so perfect. Just right. The colors, everything. Okay. Now this is a mukbang, an eating show. So here, you can have a bite. Okay. Mm-hmm. Really good. Wow. It's perfect. Okay. Let's answer some more questions. Okay. So. Okay. Yeah, someone said they need to change their habit of breaking spaghetti. It's okay. I used to do it too. I understand. But there's always tomorrow, right? Why? Okay. Big fan of Caroline. Roberto from Instagram. Thank you, Roberto. Okay. I'm not gonna. What else? Do you use Caputo flour or tipo 00 when you use flour? I always use 00 when I was cooking in a cooking school, so I think that's the best. And I think 00 is like the best flour to use for cooking, like especially pasta. Like if you're making pasta from scratch, 00 is the best for that. What's the tool or ingredient in your kitchen that you use every day? Wine. No.
Meanwhile, drinking wine. Good question.
Okay.
Mocha and coffee?
Yeah, we definitely use our mocha a lot. This thing. I have a video on how to make coffee with this, but that's definitely a tool I use every day, along with my espresso coffee beans, ground coffee. Yeah, it really depends. I mean, everyone kind of has their things they eat every day. I eat a lot of, depending on the season, like right now I'm eating a lot of salad because it's warming up and that's just what I'm craving, so. Okay. Was it hard to adjust not having a dryer and having to hang your clothes out to dry? No, actually. Well, for me, no.
Yeah, for me neither. Like I didn't have dryer in my old apartment anyway in Istanbul. It's not a huge, well, now it's getting a huge thing, but it wasn't a huge thing for my family at least. So we always hang them. Thanks. But on the other
in Turkey,
hand,
you use laundry lines?
Yeah.
Oh.
No,
in America, we use dryers.
We have like hangers.
Yeah.
Like the one that we have.
Mm.
Not like outside,
okay.
but like
they use
inside.
like a rack to dry inside.
But on the other hand, not having a dishwasher, that's a problem. We don't have a dishwasher.
Yeah, we don't have a dishwasher. But I guess you get used to that too.
Yeah.
I mean, it is definitely more convenient to have a dishwasher.
Mm-hmm.
Saves some time, but okay. What else? But having a dryer, yeah. I mean, I have a dryer. I had a dryer in the US, but you just kind of get used to it. It wasn't a big deal for me. And actually, it's almost better because I was always shrinking things in the dryer accidentally, and now I don't have that issue. Can you taste the raw egg flavor in the carbonara? No, because when you cook it, or when you put the egg in, it does cook because the pasta is still warm, and so it's not raw. It's like scrambled eggs, but more creamy. So it cooks just as much as scrambled eggs, I guess, but you're just getting it creamier because you're not putting it over heat. Hi, Emma. Okay. Hello from Rome. Hi, David. Have you ever considered using prosciutto cotto to make carbonara? No, I haven't used it.
I used it once as like as a bacon, I guess, not for carbonara.
Oh, okay.
It kind of worked because I was desperate. I didn't have enough things at home, and I'm like, I'm just gonna try this.
Yeah, and it was fine.
Yeah,
so
works.
Crispy.
Yeah.
All right. I've never tried it. Are dishwashers common through Italy? No. I've met just a couple of people with a dishwasher. If people make or build like a new home, they might add one, but it also is a big energy expense because energy is just more costly in Italy, which is why a lot of people don't have dryers.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, how do native people or people like you view tourist season? Well, we haven't had a tourist season in a while, so I think we're all ready for it. But I lived in a very touristy town for 6 years, and I guess it was a mix. I mean, I was always excited to meet people from all over the world, but then again, your town is always super busy, so you just have to kind of accept that if you're walking around, you're going to run into huge crowds of people constantly. And it's like your town is sort of always on show, and it's just a different kind of energy, I guess. Someone says that the prosciutto cotto is just as good as pancetta, so I'll have to try it. Do most people have cars or use the train and walk? Walking is, Italy is one of the most walkable cities.
Yeah.
And northern Italy is very accessible by train. Southern Italy is definitely harder to get around because they have less trains. But I would say most people do walk or take the train. But I know quite a few people with cars or scooters, motor scooters.
Yeah, any native person that I know, they either have a scooter or like motor, whatever, or car.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most people have, like, families will share a car. I wouldn't say everyone has their own car. Most families kind of share a car. But they're pretty common, especially for like local people. I mean, people like us don't really have cars because I don't even have a license here yet. You want more wine?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, that was a lot faster than I expected to cook it. I mean, I knew it was quick, but 30 minutes is pretty good. So, in the historic center of Florence, what would be a fair price for rent for a one-bedroom apartment? So if you're staying, are you staying as a tourist or you're moving here? Because there are different prices for tourists versus long-term stays. Dana asked how often we have dinner parties or cook for friends. Right now, obviously less because of the restrictions, but during normal times, I would say, I mean, it depends.
Yeah, but like I used to have, I don't know, for every week, for sure.
Yeah, either at our house or someone else's house, like once a week at least. Cooking together is a big part of the Italian culture. And
I was actually shy about cooking to an Italian person because they're all over like the kitchen, you know? I was like, I don't know. But recently, I'm getting out of my shell.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm glad I learned how to cook right when I moved here. It made a big difference. Okay. Being a woman, how do you view your safety walking at night or walking by yourself through towns compared to other places you've lived?
It's fine. Am I gonna?
I'd say I feel just as safe here as anywhere else. I mean, of course, like in the middle of the night, I'm not gonna go walk around, but by myself. But especially in my city, La Spezia, I feel very safe. In Florence, I felt a little less safe just because there were a lot of study abroad people around, and I think that just makes it more of a target as a city for like young women who are by themselves. But in La Spezia, I would even in the middle of the night, I would probably feel comfortable walking around. I've never tried it, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm comfortable. It's fine. It also depends on where you live, actually. Like even like if I would be in Milano, I don't know if I would feel the same because always Florence, Milano, like big cities are a different situation. So
yeah, the big cities, I would say, like maybe just a little bit less.
Yeah.
But cities like this are
the thing safe. Is just you need to be aware, like as in everywhere, but just it's not that scary or like super tense, you know. Also, especially in La Spezia, if you're gonna walk from somewhere to another place, it's probably maximum 10 minutes, 15 minutes. The furthest I did for probably was like 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And even that, like, not that much.
Yeah. I mean, I did when I was in Florence. I would commute back and forth on the weekends, and so I would arrive really late at night sometimes into Florence on like a Sunday night to start my classes Monday morning, and I definitely like felt a little less safe walking alone because I'd arrive around midnight. And so I'd call a friend or something and just get to my place because my place was a little out of the center and sort of like the residential area. So, but I never had anything happen. And I was there for 3 years and did that multiple times. So I think if you're just safe and aware, you're fine. Just waiting for more questions. Good question. Would you ever move back to the States? No, I don't think so. Sorry, Mom, if you're watching, but I know you miss me, but yeah, I love life in Italy and life in Europe. I think if anything, I would move somewhere else in Europe, maybe just to try out, living in a new place. But I don't think I would ever go back to the States. I just have fallen too much in love with the European culture and lifestyle and the Italian, just simple life. Yeah, I'm much, much happier here. I feel like my soul wants to be here. What's the dating scene like? And how is the courtship different from the USA or Turkey?
Well, I feel like with the social norms, let's say, we are closer to Italian ones rather than you are being like closer to the Italian. You know what I mean? Like
like Turkey?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So like even for example, the biggest thing that we were discussing in general that people like to put some label on it, right? In here. Usually, like, it's just a generalization, I guess. That depends, but
in Italy?
Yeah, more than in US. No? Like
in
a couple of weeks, would you like to put a label on your relationship? Like, what is this?
I don't know. I guess like in the US, in the Midwest, I would say people are much quicker to say, okay, let's define what the relationship is. But in like maybe East Coast, West Coast, I'm not really sure how that is. But in Italy, I don't know. I'd say, yeah, once again, it depends where you are, because maybe in the bigger cities, they're more lenient and open. And then in the smaller towns, for sure, they want to make things official as soon as possible, from what I've understood, from my experience. They're much more into the tradition and having a relationship like be exclusive much quicker. I would just say men in Italy are much more forward. Like, I have experience dating in both countries, and American, at least in the Midwest. I haven't dated much out of the Midwest, but in the Midwest, men are much more like they give you your space. They go very slow. They want to make sure, they're not crossing any boundaries. But then in Italy, they're much more forward and fast moving and kind of unfiltered. They kind of just say what they think. So that's what I've noticed. I don't know. Thanks for cooking for us. We enjoyed the lesson. You're welcome. You guys should try it. Let me know if you cook some carbonara. I'm curious how it turns out. So yeah, as far as your rent in Florence, if you're moving there, I would say for 1 bedroom in the city center, it could be like around $600 a month, maybe, just because of the central location. 600 euros a month, and that's a guess because I've never rented a 1 bedroom there. For my place in La Spezia, I'm paying $300 a month plus utilities, so maybe an average would be like $350 a month. How does health insurance work there? Everybody talks about how it's free and covers everything. They do have public health insurance, but the thing is, if you want to use the public system, you have to be like put on a wait list. If they don't have enough doctors or available to see you, you're put on a list. Whereas if you go private, you can be seen right away. So if you have more of an urgent issue, that can be a problem because the public health definitely is a slower system. But private doctors are always available, and they're not super expensive out of pocket. Maybe around 50 euros, depending on the visit, even 20 euros. But just for like a doctor you go to for checkups and things like that, public health is very nice to have for sure. But if you have a more kind of specific issue, it could be more beneficial to just see a private doctor. Yeah. Keep asking questions. Ask us anything about life in Italy, moving to Italy, studying in Italy. Beril actually studies at a university here in La Spezia. She studies yacht engineering.
Yacht design, but
yacht design.
Yeah. As an engineer.
As an engineer.
Well.
Also, you can ask us things just in general. It doesn't have to be about Italy. Just whatever questions, whatever you're curious about. Nothing's off limits, right?
Sure. I don't know. I have some couple of questions in there.
Yeah, that's true. I'm almost done with mine. I was like, oh, I'll never finish all that, but I'm getting there. Where are all of you watching from, though? I'm curious.
Somebody asked if we see Armeni's yacht. Yes, I saw you. I showed you, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the port.
Yeah, I don't know if it's at the port now.
No, it was.
I didn't go to the port for a long time. But
it was there a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I used to run on the port, and now I have changed my running path. But there is a big, massive, like super yacht by Armani. It says like Armani on it, and it's black, right? That's really, really luxurious. That's the cool thing about La Spezia. We're on a port, so there are all these crazy, beautiful yachts, just like 5 minutes from us. And it's really fun to walk by and just look at them. Have you noticed yourself using your hands more when you speak? Yeah. I don't know if that's apparent, but I've just kind of been using my hands anyways now.
But it was,
definitely.
For me, it was a thing before coming here too. Because like in Turkey, I feel like we are also a lot of using gestures and stuff. So.
Yeah, I definitely don't use my hands as much as Italians, and I don't use the same gestures. Like I'll use my hands, but they have more specific gestures they use that I haven't implemented into my speaking as much, just since I didn't grow up with that. If I ever use a gesture, it's very intentional. It's not like I ever do it without thinking about it, whereas for them, it's very much like a part of their language. Because in the past, Italy was sort of divided as far as its language goes. Every city spoke its own dialect, and so they needed gestures to communicate with each other. Now Italy all has like a common language, but in the past they needed the gestures to communicate, and that just sort of carried on in their language. So that's kind of a fun fact as to why they do use so many gestures in their language. How was the change from Cinque Terre to La Spezia? It was, for me, really, really great. I was very ready to be in a bigger city, to be anonymous, because when you're in such a small village, anytime you walk out of your door, you're watched. You're being watched. Your every move is watched. Everyone you talk to, everyone you say hi to, what you're doing, where you're going, what you're buying at the grocery store. I mean, everyone is always watching you. And I sort of got used to that and just found a way to normalize it for myself. But as soon as I had that ability to be anonymous again, it just felt so good. I had no idea how much I'd been missing it. And now I can go buy groceries and not see one person I know. And it just feels really nice to have my privacy back again, I guess. Of course, I miss the beach and the sea, but it's a 10-minute ride for me. I'm on the sea here, but we don't have a beach, but the beach is like 5 to 10 minutes from me. So it's very accessible and definitely worth the extra commute. So I'm loving La Spezia. And I love living with Beril. So I used to live alone, and I love living with roommates now.
Well, I was loving that she was living in Cinque Terre.
That's true.
So I could just visit her and enjoy the beach and have some drinks or just enjoy the night and then just come back to my home or just stay over.
Yeah,
But
it was a nice little
that's
spot, like to have a sort of base, I guess, since I would have friends come and do beach days, and yeah, that was fun in the summer for sure. Do you drink milk after 11 a.m. or is that a myth?
It's about the cappuccino thing, I think. Well, I mean, that's the thing. I love my cappuccino, and I would love to order it after 11 a.m. But when I do it, people look at me like, like for sure she's a tourist. Like, what? And I'm like, why? It's just even 11:30, like, or 12. So yeah, it's a thing. Like, but I don't know.
Yeah, Italians definitely.
Of course, you can order, but they would just look at you a little bit weird.
Yeah, you're allowed to. It's just about like digestion, and they think if you drink milk after 11 in the morning, it's like bad for your digestion or something. But obviously they have dishes with milk and they'll have cheese and things like that. But like mixing milk and coffee is just, I guess, not okay for them. If there are any Italians watching, let me know. Yeah, I forget exactly why that is. I knew, and now I'm forgetting why that is again. But I know it has to do with digestion and them thinking it will upset your stomach if you have milk too late in the day with your coffee, specifically, I think. South Dakota, hi. Actually, I had a dog from South Dakota, which is random, but yeah. Do people call you a stranger here? I'm American, live here, notice that. Like a straniero, right? Straniero.
Yeah.
So straniera means like a foreigner, and not really.
Well, also,
I mean, we're also speaking Italian.
Exactly, and we don't look like.
Yeah.
I don't know, like foreigner.
I feel like if I were platinum blonde and
For example, we had a friend. She's like super blonde, blue eyes, pale skin. So people are most likely prone to like speak English with her and like just assume directly that she's a foreigner. Yeah, I do have the benefit of Italian ancestry, so I have very Italian features. I am tall though. She is. As I'm sure. Do we want to show a little? I mean, I'm sure you guys noticed, but you're not even in the screen. Yeah, I'm like. I'm 5'10". 5'10", which is 178 centimeters. So thank you. I did learn that. I'm really bad at converting the measurements, but yeah. So I'm taller, and that's the only thing that might give me away sometimes because there aren't a lot of Italian women who are so tall. But that's something I'm fine with. I love being tall. So. Oh yeah. So do people call us stranieri? No. I would say because we speak the language and we sort of blend in more, we aren't. People don't really like call us foreigners. Well, maybe if we go out together and we are already speaking English. Then they're just assuming. Yeah. Of course, we're not like native Italians. Yeah, that's true. How much English TV is there? And is it cable? We don't even have a TV in our apartment. I had a TV in my last place, and there was an option to change the language to English if the show or the movie was in English, because a lot of TV here is just American TV that's dubbed in Italian. So they would have all of our American programs like Big Brother and I don't know, other like reality shows and things like that, or home makeover shows, and they would just be dubbed in Italian. So like they'd have Italian voices speaking over the English. And they do like it a lot. like dubbing the films,
Yeah,
series.
they
a
dub
lot.
everything. Yeah.
They love
Italian Netflix, it's all dubbed.
it. Yeah.
There are some original Italian Netflix series, of course. And yeah, I'd say it's cable. I mean, a lot of people are getting cable now, or like digital, I don't know, like TV, like smart TVs, digital TVs. Yeah.
Wow. No, even when I wanted to go to a movie theater, there was no original movies. Like, because like in Turkey, usually what you have is either like dubbed one, and then there's options of just like original language but with subtitles, which is what you go if you're not like if you're able to read it, you just go. But yeah, that's the problem in here. They don't even give you an option, especially in La Spezia, I feel like, because I hope in Milano or in Rome or somewhere like
they show it in the
bigger
original
city. Yeah.
Yeah.
They also show them.
Yeah, at a movie theater, for example, they'll have, American movies, and they're all just dubbed in Italian. So their lips are moving in English, but like you'll hear an Italian voice coming out. And each character, so if there's like an actor that is in multiple movies, just like we have actors that we see in multiple different movies, of course the voice has to be the same. So they'll use the same voice in all these different films. So they have one vocal actor who uses, George Clooney or Scarlett Johansson, or I don't know, just random different actors or actresses. They will use the same voice, obviously, for them in every film. So that's kind of interesting. Something I didn't think about. I'm almost done. Now I'm talking so much, I'm eating slower.
Italian desserts.
Please make us some Italian desserts.
What would you like to do? Tiramisu?
Yeah, we could do tiramisu. They have gluten-free biscuits for that. I could use. Panna cotta, I love. I've never made it though.
I don't know if I ever made. Oh, I made the one with like brownie kind of thing. Do you remember? It was gluten-free.
Oh, was that Italian?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a specific, like from a specific city.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah,
I don't know its name. Sorry, but next time.
Favorite Italian movie: La Vita è Bella by Roberto Benigni. It's amazing. That movie makes me cry every time. It's so good. What about you?
I don't know. I'm not into movies as much as like most of the people. The only Italian movie that I know is from a Turkish director, actually, from Ferzan Özpetek, which is called Mine Vaganti. That's a cool movie, but I can't find it on Netflix or Prime Video, so I don't know where we can find it in here. But I want to watch it again for sure.
It's Italian?
It's in Italian with Italian actors in Italy. Because also like the director, he lives in Italy, so it's all Italian movie.
Wow. All right. I think we're gonna sign off soon. Yeah. We both finished our pasta. But if you guys have any other questions, now's the time to ask. We have another glass of wine left, and then we'll sign off. Unless no one's talking, then we'll leave. But as long as we have questions. I'm watching from California. I was wondering if a person still has to file taxes in the US while living and working in Italy. Yes, you do. You'll have to get an international accountant. I'm not, here to give legal advice or financial advice, but you just need to get an international accountant, and they can help you with filing taxes in both countries. When will I do another live?
Why are you looking at me?
It's fun to do it.
Your agenda.
It's fun to do it with someone. I feel like it's just more, fun for. I'm moving the table.
Yeah, I was like,
it's more fun for everyone, I think. So I don't know. Maybe next when I hit 5K. because this is technically my 4K celebration. Thank you guys. I'm at like 4.2K right now, which is amazing. I'm so grateful that my channel's continuing to grow, and that's kind of what inspired me to do this video in the first place. So I would say when I hit 5K, I'll do another one, maybe another recipe or just hanging out with me. But I love answering your questions. I love talking to all of you. I have met some of you in my Italian lessons, for those of you who've signed up for those, and that's been really fun to get to know some of you one-on-one. Okay, we have another question. Cell phone plans in Italy, tips, advice, what is your experience? I've changed companies twice. I've changed cell phone companies a couple of times. And I'm in the process of changing again. So I don't really know. It's hard to find a good plan, for me at least.
Yeah. When I first came here, I just went for Vodafone because that's what I knew already. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna have a Vodafone SIM card, and I had it. And I don't think that's the most convenient one, but I'm one of those people that like lazy to change it, you know.
Yeah.
So I just suffer. So yeah, but I know there are like better ones. Especially, I don't remember the brand, but there's one that is just online. You don't have like
a shop.
Yeah, a shop or anything. But I don't remember its name now, though.
Yeah, I mean, cell phone plans are very cheap in Italy, so that's the good news. I pay 10 euros a month for like pretty good amount of data, unlimited calls and texting. But yeah, I guess I was using Terre, and then I switched to Team. First I was using Wind, and then I switched to Terre, and then I switched to Team. And now I'm going to switch to one called Kenna. Because I'm just not having the best experience with my data, especially. It's hard to find a good data plan in Italy for me, but it is very affordable. I would just say find a plan and a company that works for you. Ask around what other people are using, because in different cities, certain companies work better. Like in Florence, Tre worked great. And in La Spezia, my service here wasn't nearly as good, so I don't know.
And meanwhile, people are agreeing to do it next week.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we'll just hop on and surprise you guys sometime, but...
Well, if you hit 5K next week.
Yeah.
So send it to your friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell them to subscribe.
Everyone send my channel to people, and if we hit 5K... we'll cook 2 recipes next time.
We're gonna cook Italian and Turkish food.
Yeah, maybe we can do a Turkish dish on Beril's channel next time.
Why not? Also, my channel is Beril the Seeker. If you guys are interested,
I'll type it here in the comments. Beril the Seeker. So if any of you want to check out her channel. That's it.
Yeah. I also enjoyed doing the vlog videos. I kind of want to do it again.
Yeah. Yeah, we like to vlog together. We've done one, but we like it.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's it for our video. Our wine's almost gone, and it's been fun. Our food's finished. But thank you all for tuning in, and make sure to follow me on Instagram if you're not. I'm posting there every day about my life here in Italy, and yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time. Yeah, thank you guys.
Are
Grazie. Yeah, I was waiting.
Okay.
It's time for my outro. Okay. Ciao for now.